Alright, I'm back. Mom's watching over the tea that's currently cooking. Well, water to make the tea. I remember to turn the... Yes, I did. That! Alright. That's, I might need to get more rings. Which one do I have for rings? I think I'm running out of room. Done with those at least. Ba, ba, ba. You're running low on money. Ba, ba, ba. Alright, dancer. Da, 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 da. Ba, 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 da, 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 da. Full of expectation, or is it dust? Fuck if I know. To steal a steel hog. Greetings, so you have decided to aid my people in retrieving our treasure, yes? You'll be glad to know my long, arduous journey from our homeland in the distant south of Dawntrail was not in vain. As for the treasure we would have you recover, it contains the undying essence of an armadillo Taurian Vidal. These still hogs, as we call them, rely on their tough hides to protect themselves from predators. Legend speaks of one that lived in an extraordinary age, perhaps due to its natural suit of armor, and came to be known as the Lord of the Forest. At the end of its long life, our ancestors enshrined the Vidal's soul within the steel hog vessel. For generations since, the divine blessings it bestows has been a great boon to my people. Those under its protections need not fear wild beasts, for Fang and Claw cannot harm them. This allows us to hunt in the forest without risking our lives. This treasure, so crucial to our people, was stolen by a tall, slender merchant, or rather, a man posing as one. He came bearing exotic wares from foreign lands and served alcohol freely, toasting often to new friendships. My people became caught up in the celebration, and in the morning, the merchant was gone, along with the steel hog vessel. Without it, we cannot bestow its blessings afresh upon our hunters. The effect awakens over time, and one by one we're losing our protection against the savage predators that stalk our lands. As I and my granddaughter, Sitol Ja, still possessing the treasure's blessing, we've been tasked with locating the steel hog's vessel and returning it to the village. The trail has led us to Tuliol, where we believe the perpetrator boarded a ship and made good his escape. The journey here has already pushed this decrepit body of mine beyond its natural limits, and a lengthy voyage by sea would likely be my end. Although I urged Sitol Ja not to make the crossing alone, she was determined to give chase. Given that you hail from across the ocean, and your knowledge of those lands will provide invaluable to her. Not only that, but our quarry may be using steel hog vessel for his own ends. I mean, duh, where else would he get it? Only a school warder can stand against such a foe, and Sitol Ja is no warrior. Looks like refusal is an option. You'll have your charge and 2 shakes of an armadillo's tail. I mean, you might be a bit longer than that, but okay. I'm truly grateful. My granddaughter's first port of call is a place called Alamigo. You see, as the thief took all his wares with him, the only clue left behind was an empty bottle of whatever Rockies was serving. After asking the sailors here, it seems to be a product of Alamigo. With no other leads, Josh set forth. Once you arrive, she should not be difficult to find. These days, only a handful of Maman Ja attempt the journey, most of them brutish mercenaries. Sital Ja is a far daintier creature, and is sure to have made a favorable impression on locals. May the Steel Hog watch over you. Ragar's Reach. Oh, good that I was just fucking there. You know what? I think it'd be faster. Do it this way. Yes, cat. You get pets. You get pets. You get pets. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You're staying out of the place you're not supposed to go. So yes, you get pets. You know, I can ride a mount in this area. You okay, hon? 1 second. I'm back. Wrong button. Jermaine. Yes, I met the Maman Ja girl you're after. She was looking for a tall, thin man. Some sort of thief, apparently. Sounds like a leader of a gang of bandit that lurks in Vidurjaja. So I told her as much. Chances are that's where she's headed. I hope she stays out of trouble. Yeah, same. I hope she stays out of trouble too, but trouble's gonna find her. A Maman Ja, you say? As it happened, she came over while I was cleaning the cannons. She showed me an empty arak bottle and said that she was looking for a bloke that it belonged to. Thing is, that plant is found all over Alamigo, so I wasn't able to help narrow down her search. Yes, I saw Maman Ja on my patrols, but he carried an enormous axe, not at all like the person you described. Do I get to see Tia again? I mean, the Tia that's, starting to, become Nuna. I mean, he is here. He does hang out right here. But, I mean, actually be a part of it. Weekly merchant. Ouch. Here, let me apply some of this ointment. It's a common remedy from where I come from. Chocobo. Oh, are you here to lend a hand? This poor soul was attacked by a highwayman, and I could use help tending to his wounds. Good that I will not transform into a healer. Don't worry about me. It's my escort who's in trouble. He's in pursuit of the thieves, and I fear he's bitten off more than he could chew. Please, will you aid him? Of course. I am main protagonist. Isn't he a dapper fellow? You thieving bastards! What? But how? Behold! Didn't I make a James joke about this guy from Pokemon? Nothing like a bit of divine intervention to tip the scales in my favor. With this artifact in my hands, I am invincible. Another one? Not that it matters. Jacqua, now it's your time to earn your coin. I appreciate the assistant, but he wasn't joking about divine intervention. Bitch, I am the divine. Some strange force pushed me away. I couldn't even get near them. Hey, Apocalypse! The steel hog vessel. Return it at once and the stolen goods. Now that you have all these men and they don't do shit. Oh, you followed me all the way back here from your backwatered village? Alas, your journey has been for naught. The vessel is mine. I, James, will make better use of the artifact than you and your ilk ever could. By the might bestowed upon me, I will become the savior to the oppressed and destitute. In light of my grand ambitions, the vessel's power would be wasted on the likes of you. If you cannot hunt without it, might I suggest a change in diet? I hear the acorns are delicious this time of year. Or bananas. Damn it all, I was so close. But now's not the time for regrets. These two are in need of a healer. I'll see them safely back to Ragger's Reach. Would you mind meeting us there? Once their injuries have been treated, we'd better tell the resistance soldiers what's happened. Don't know why we continue to call them the Resistance when, Garlemald has fallen. And Alamigo has been free. I guess to keep consistency so everybody knows what we're talking about. Ernest. I thought I would handle whatever ruffians the desert might throw at us. Some escort I turned out to be. Losing all that stock was a bitter pill to swallow, but we were lucky it didn't take our lives as well. Well, I'm glad we made it safely without any more trouble. Those bandits wouldn't dare step in a place like this. I mean, why not? How rude of me. I never asked your name, or how you chanced to cross us, for that matter. You came all the way from Tulula at my grandfather's behest? I can't tell you how grateful I am. As for the Hylui men, they possess a steelhog vessel, a treasure from my village. Not only does it grant protection from harm, it also produces a potent blast when the barrier is dispelled. You know, I should have been told about that last part. As long as our enemy has the vessel, attacks at close quarters will be extremely risky. Although, as we say in my village, cracks form in even the mightiest shields. Knowing this, we are careful not to rely too heavily on its power. But now that the steel vessel has been stolen, the selfsame power is being turned against innocent people such as yourself. I only hope you can forgive me for allowing this to happen. There's nothing to forgive. If anything, we should thank you for coming to our aid. That James and his lackey should have a lot to answer for. Yeah, basically, no, you! Indeed. We'll give the resistance our testimonies, and with any luck, information will go to some way to clapping those bandits in irons. I'll go with you. The soldiers here need to be warned about the vessel. No, leave that to us. We'll relay what you've told us word for word. After all, you'll need to move quickly to have a chance at getting your artifact back. When you catch those robbers, give them one for me. How about you, Ishnai? I hope I can count on you to be there whenever what else comes next. I mean, I did start. Ha! I knew it! I sense you're eager to get started, but I need time to plan our next move. Bandits aren't known for being found easily. I was surprised to see a fellow Mamoja among them. Can't imagine why that cool Ja would work for James of all people. By the way, the reason why I'm calling him James is as a joke to James from Pokemon. Of course, he's not working currently with Jesse, which is one of them that I named as a joke. Though this is not the easiest face to read, Jino Tolja suggests she has information to show her. Ishnai, I heard something that might help us. One of the soldiers has been contending with the same bandits who stole the vessel. I'll go and find him. Give me a moment, would you? I just love that I have friends in high places that we don't seem to, you know, go rely on at all. In any of these quests. Like, I literally could go over to the leader of the resistance in this area. Ha, when she told me she'd sent an assistant, I never guessed it would be the savior of Alamigo herself. Good that I am being recognized. You're something of a local celebrity, I take it. Something, yeah, I'm something. I'd love to hear more about that, but for now let's concentrate on the matter at hand. You know, beating up bandits. Yes, quite. The bandits you're chasing are behind a spat of recent incidences in Alamigo. What's more, it appears that James is part of a larger network known as the Passage of the Unbound. We know. Which has spread its mayhem far and wide. That I keep on, you know, stopping them on. In particular, they're carrying out raids on trade caravans headed here from Gridania. We've increased patrols along that route, but the bastards strike so quickly, they're usually make good their escape by the time aid arrives. On the rare occasion we caught them in the act, they're usually some kind of device or magic objects to deflect our arrows and send us sprawling. That's the Steel Hog vessel. It was stolen from my village, you see. I'm sorry for all the trouble it caused. The one who took it, James, said there's something about using a power to help the oppressed and destitute. What do you think you meant by that? He's trying to play Robin Hood, only failing to play Robin Hood. My opinion. Sounds familiar. The reports say the thieves were shouting something along those lines during the other raids. They claim that the merchants are overworking and underpaying their laborers, therefore deserve to be targeted. I mean, where's the lie? Maybe. With some of them. I don't see how stealing a bunch of goods helps the workers, and there's not a shred of evidence anyone's being exploited. Yeah, the only time that it's okay is if they're being exploited. Ask me, they're just in it for the money. In any case, the reasons won't matter a jot once they're behind bars. But for that, we'll have to catch them first. The most recent incident occurred near Port Praetoria, one of the waypoints on the side of the palace. You want to know more, you best straight to the commander there. Anyways, I'll send word ahead and let him know you're coming. Assuming you are, that is. Of course, much appreciated. Sounds like a promising lead. The soldiers here were good enough to explain the lay of the land around here, so I won't have any trouble making the journey by myself. I'll see you there. Take me with you! Don't make me teleport there. Take me with you! One of the things that just occurred to me on whether I finished the final quest for Black Mage. Well, it's not appearing here, so... I still haven't finished my summoner quest. Hardy har har. What do you expect the answer? Might finish it tonight. I think I found the right person, though it's rather difficult to tell who's with the matching outfits. Good that you're both here. My colleague at the Reach has told me everything. I can confirm we've had several sightings of James and his gang in the recent days. They've taken to ambushing our patrols. As most brigands flee from armored soldiers, the lot seem to take pleasure in goading us into attacking. The treasure they carry themselves is vulnerability. It also emit a devastating blast, but it's only effective at short range. James wants to draw your soldiers into close quarters because they stand no chance. Well, that explains their uncommon boldness. Thank you. This information will help us contend with the bandits. I'm sorry to interrupt. Fuck off, James. Who might you be? James. The guy we're chasing? Oh, simply peddlers, my good lady. I myself of a Grandonian stock. After learning my crafts and Udal, I deliver all manner of finery to eager patrons throughout Eorzea. Well, enough about that. I hope you'll forgive me, but I couldn't help but overhearing you mention a gang of highwaymen. Sure, James. Keep stroking your ego. We've heard similar tales from other traders passing through. It seems some stretches of road are more dangerous than others. In fact, the bandits are most often seen in a specific location not far from here. If you'd like, we could take you there ourselves. Please, by all means. Let me go take some more stupid pills for this quest. Wait, Ishnai can take care of herself, but I can't allow any more civilians necessary into an area believed to be teeming with bandits. Seems I have no choice but to ask you to go on without me. Sorry, but if those highwaymen do turn up, I won't be much of a good in a fight. Well, you head off to investigate. I'll see if there's any more information to be had here. You know, I'm also of Gridanian stock. Then it's settled. I'll leave our newfound friend in your capable hands. Uh-huh. What? Oh, if you say so. In Gridanian stock in that I am a keeper of the moon. But everybody seems to remember. I mean, if you truly was James. Yeah, true, but I'm just saying James just because of jokes. I suppose we should be on our way then. If we run into this highwayman, you'll protect us, right? Trying to get me out of there. I was headed your way now. You know what to do. What? Unacceptable. Either you do this without my help or I'll find someone who can. Show some backbone for once. Well, my character did take stupid pills, so, so that's the reason why it's working. Should you encounter the highwaymen, I trust you'll exercise some degree of restraint. No promises. Can't interrogate the subjects if we reduce them to a bloody pulp. No, can we? No promises! Let's put them on their arses and leave the rest to us. I'll see if they tell me any more about the James's gang. Be careful out there, won't you? As luck would have it, my fellows and I have yet to be assaulted by any bandits around here. Perhaps if the other caravans invested some proper escorts, they wouldn't be such easy targets. Uh-huh. Sure. Uh-huh. My character is stupid as Ash Ketchum. Did you hear that? That false balls I'm mismanaging. Let's definitely here too long. You're almost there, on the other side of this gully. Actually, if it's all the same to you, we'll wait here while you go on ahead. It's already more than close enough for our liking. Mm-hmm. Surveying. Mm-hmm. Surveying. Craven. Follower. Seem to be hitting them pretty fine. They're gonna regret me saying that in, like, I don't know how long. Oh fuck, I joined a fate without joining a fate. God hit you. That's what just hit you. Why, you're back? I mean, welcome back. Yeah, that's it. You beat them? All of them? How very fortunate. Then I must contact the boss. I'm sure he'll want to know all about this. No doubt he's still talking to your friend and the commander. He'll be glad to hear you've come to no harm. You never guess what, boss? She trounced a lot of them. Ah, yes, understood. Not sure why, but he'll say they'll be here in a jiffy. You know, these merchants seem to be not carrying shit. Is it true? You beat them all single-handedly? Yes. And I even forgot how to play the role as a dancer halfway through it. Gods be good. I'm glad you're on our side. Anyways, I'll take it from here. I fucking saved the universe! On my own! Kinda, sorta. My. Very impressive. How jolly convenient for those villains to appear exactly where we thought they would, too. But above all, I'm glad no one was hurt. Well, no one important that is. Yeah, I shook my booty so hard they all died. Yes. I'm relieved to see that everyone's safe. It must have taken a lot of courage to bring Ishnai here, knowing that the danger could be lurking around every corner. Are you sure you're alright? If you're putting on a faith for our benefit, there's no need, I assure you. No, we're fine. Couldn't be better. Well then, I say that's enough excitement for one day. We best continue on our way to Alamegan Quarter. Where's to sell, deals to broker, all that sort of thing. I dare say it'll take me some time before any ne'er-do-wells have the gall to descend upon the neck of the desert. And as for you, my friends, I advise you not stray too far from the beaten path, if you know what's good for you. Ta-ta! Bitch, I don't know what's good for me. I have no survival instincts, okay? There's nothing left for us to do here, so let's head back to Port Praetora. Pray to me! That's the name of it. Fort Pray to Me. Pray, bitches. That was all very strange. One moment they're helping us apprehend criminals, the next they're racing off to peddle their wares elsewhere. Merchants certainly are a busy lot, aren't they? Not that I'm complaining, of course. With those suspects in custody, I'm sure the Resistance will be able to bring some valuable information from them. I expect all that ringing to take a while, though. No, it'll take 5 seconds after I finish this quest. It looks like we've been given an opportunity for a little rest. You certainly earned it. I guess I say the Resistance has been interrogating the captured highwaymen for long enough to get some answers from them. With any luck, we'll even learn more about where we can find James. I'm sure the commander is eager as we are to put a stop to his misdeeds. Let's go and see if she's unearthed any useful information. My question is whether James had them captured because they were getting too greedy in the group, since he seems to have delusions of grandeur when it comes to being Robin Hood. In other words, pissed off the boss. And so he led them into a trap so that he can get rid of them. I was just about to send a word for you. Someone for you. Glad to see you save me the bother. I have a favor to ask both of you. I'm gonna let the criminal walk free, and I want you to follow him. You see, our questioning has revealed that the bandits are indeed working with James. If we cut one of them loose, he might lead us straight to their den. But the mission fails if you're discovered. Fuck you! I hate these! Find yourself confronted with an untold number of outlaws. Bitch, I've faced worse. Of course, I considered sending my own men, but I suspect by now that the bandits know our faces. After Ishnai's little display in the gully, I'm sure she alone can handle whatever trouble may come her way. Bitch, I've had worse. I'll go with her. If this really does lead us to James, I need to be there when we find him. I mean, are you going to tell me the weakness? How are you telling that to me now? Very well, but if it comes to a fight, you'll stay behind Ishnai, understood? I'll have the suspect brought over now, but remember what I said. Stay out of sight until he leaves. I'm wearing purple in a fucking desert. I'm quite sure I will not be hidden. And she's wearing green and red. We will not be hidden. True. Tailing missions used to be worse. Still hate them. Don't look at me like that. I said I'm sorry, didn't I? Ah, you did. Several times. As much as it galls me, there's no evidence to contradict your claim that you were acting in self-defense. Nor is there any tangible proof that any other wrongdoing. We have no choice to let you go. Bitch! Self-defense. You have somewhere to go, I presume. Well, I suppose I can find work loading caravans in Aragiri. Seems as good a place to make for making it quick. I mean, turning over a new leaf! In that case, I'll escort you there, but you best keep your nose clean or it'll come down on you like a ton of bricks. What if he wants a ton of bricks on him? Turn over a new leaf, my arse. He'll be coming back. He'll be back among his thieving mates before long, and you'll be right there behind him. For now, all we need to know is the location of their den. Do not attempt to approach the suspects. I'll send word ahead to Algiri. Once you get the information we need, I'll report to the troops stationed there. This is a chance we've been waiting for. Let's go! Where? Take me to your leader. Ha! Take me to your litter, says the cat. Bad jokes. All around. There he is. So much for finding work in Algiri. He only just arrived and he's already leaving town. Now comes the tricky part. Keeping our eyes on him and his eyes off us. Stick close, but not too close. My hatred. All of it. Haha, free at last. Woo. Good that he doesn't see her. Better have a look around first. You mean around the fucking rock? God. Good thing he can't also see my chocobo. A lot of pretty stone. I bet it's worth a gill or two. The fuck? Which way was it? Left, I think. Tell me everything! Aloud. Everything. Nobody's listening. Better have a look about. Again? God, you're fucking stupid. Looks like I'm not being followed. God, you're fucking stupid! Hang on. What happened to the others who got caught? Pfft, not my problem, I suppose. Time to head back. God. You good? Oh, okay. Duty complete. I wasn't sure. It didn't do the whole location-wise thing. God, I stick out so fucking bad. So the merchants we met at Porta Praya to me. I've just had to do these so many times over and over again that I have a general idea of how they do. So they just let you go out of the kindness of their hearts, is that it? Not only that, but you came crawling straight back here, leading whoever they sent to track you right to our doorstep. I swear it, nobody followed me, and the soldiers took me as far as Alighieri, and then back the way they came. I made sure they were specks in the distance before I set foot outside of town. I suppose I've got no choice but to take you at your word. Not that it's worth much. Well, now that the charade is at an end, let us change into something a little less drab. Good that you aren't stripping in front of us. James, why did you make us fight that woman without the blessing? She could have killed a lot of us without breaking a sweat. A mere oversight, that is all. I doubt. Though it pains me to admit it, even with the invulnerability granted by the artifact, likes of us are ever at the mercy of the truly powerful. I never expected the Momoja wretch to hire a warrior of such caliber to retrieve the vessel. A pox on those interfering nincompoops. Thank you for looking over in our direction. But the Momoja girl didn't seem a bad sort. Naive, maybe, but it's plain that her heart's in the right place. You truly are pathetic. Not only did you fail miserably, but now you're sympathizing with the enemy? Give me one good reason why I shouldn't rid myself of you permanently. No, please, we owe everything to you. James, without you, we are nothing. God, ego. They were all in on this from the beginning, with James pulling the strings. If this is how he treats his friends, imagine what he'll do to his enemies. You could stay away, could you? What, imbecile? You led them right to us! Eliminate these vermin! Let me handle this, Ishnai. You're from Torio, working here as a mercenary, yes? The one who hired you stole the Steelhawk vesting from my village. You need its blessing to stand a chance against the beasts of the forests. I cannot return home without the vessel. Either you return home empty-handed, or you won't be returning at all. Rather not harm a fellow Torioli. So get out of here before I change my mind. I bought enough time by listening to onto your blathering. Don't catch me sniffing around our tails. What if I don't want to sniff around your tails? God, ew. James's underlings are out of sight. I thought I could make, cool Jossie sense, but he clearly no need to listen. I'd say your best option is to report the Resistance members in Algeri and share what we've learned. Alright. Back here. Back here. I went ahead and gave my account, though I expect he'd like to hear yours as well. Regardless of how things turned out, we appreciate your cooperation in the investigation. The information you provided has certainly given us a lot to consider. From what I hear, you almost came to blows with the Mamoja cell short, or Cell-X, I suppose. I'm glad it didn't come to violence, especially given the power these bandits have at their disposal. Even so, we thank you for braving such a dangerous mission. Bitch, I've been on worse. No thanks are needed. We're just as much a part of this investigation as the Resistance. I'm sure we can agree we'll need to work together to take down James and his gang. Their performance at Port Praetormi showed just how cunning they were. It would seem so, yes. I'm told their little act was most convincing. I'll be sure to warn my comrades against similar shenanigans. As for the two of you, be careful out there. All things considered, I'd say that went fairly well. James used the same trick as the time he came to my village, namely posing as a simple trader when he in fact the dastardly thief. Though why didn't you recognize him then? Still, not even the most skilled actor could fake the fear in his men's eyes. I beg to differ, there are actors that could. It appears that James has complete control over them, and they are powerless to resist. The only one who doesn't seem afraid of him is Kuja. He even let us go when he had no obligation to do so. I think if we have the chance to talk, we might find some common ground. Or I can beat him up and then get common ground from him. You know, violence until the behavior improves. Yes, I get that feeling too. I knew you would. I've never been much of a fighter, but I make up for it in other ways. I'm a fairly good judge of character, for one. For most of my life, I lived in a remote village deep in the forest. I hardly had any contact with the outside world, so the thought of talking to strangers was quite daunting at first. But over the course of my journey, I've traveled through all kinds of places. If there's one thing I've learned, it's this. Wherever you go, people are people. Need something? I think you've had enough of this. Don't you have beer downstairs? Anyways, sorry. Talking with Mom. Of course, of my journey, wherever you go, people are people. In the end, our cultures and the places we grew up don't make that much big a difference. None of us are perfect, and we each have our faults. And if it's ever harder, even if it's harder to find some in others than others, I believe there's good in all of us. That is why I hope we have another chance to speak with the thieves. And I mean, I'm quite sure Darth Jar Jar had no good. Okay, he had a little, but I mean, tiny bit. Like, speck. I'm certainly not strong enough to beat any sense into them, so I'll try talking some sense into them instead. Having said, well, all of that, I can't feel even a shred of goodness in that James. Maybe I'm not looking hard enough. Or perhaps violence is the only language he understands. Things might get a little rough before he's willing to listen. Beatings until the behavior improve. Anyways, we can save him for last. I'll try and think of a way to reach out to the other members of the gang. Give me a little time, would you? You have 5 seconds as soon as I finish the quest complete, you know, shenanigans. Alright, I have something resembling a plan. First, we need to track down the members of James's gang. I think we'll try and convince them to leave. Considering how terrified most of them were, I'm sure they're eager to free themselves of James and his outbursts. With fewer followers, he'll pose less of a threat to the people of Alamigo, and will stand a better chance of taking back the Steelhog vessel. Of course, we now know Kajoja and some of the other members by sight, so it shouldn't take long to track them down. Time for another exciting round of Quiz the Locals, then! Ha, rest assured I've already a step ahead of you, thank God. Besides, if your role is to fend off bandits and the like, mine is to gather information and whatnot. Does that sound fair to you? Thank you! Thank you! As it happens, our Resistance friends stationed here have some interesting news to share. Apparently 2 men posing as merchants that we met before were spotted nearby, engaging in trade and conversing with caravan owners, all to nefarious ends, no doubt. They were last seen in a place called Elgana, so we should head over there right away. One has a beard and the other has blue eyes. Assuming they haven't changed their disguises, they should be fairly easy to find. And has scars on his face, but I mean, who doesn't? At this rate. Sarcasm. Funny that I end up back there when, you know, that's where the final for the dance was. So I'm gonna be, you know, fairly well known there. Should be. Unless the game makes excuses on why I'm suddenly not. Faint-hearted trader, timid trader. Eek! Hello, fellow kids. Ah, good work, Ishnai. Why, good evening. What can I do for you? You can start by dropping the affable merchant act. Nothing but a front for your real line of work. Ah, save me, James! Is that what you really want? You seem so scared of him before. Look, we're not here to hurt you yet. I mean, we just want to retrieve the vessel. If you explain what's going on, we might even be able to help you. Why don't you start by telling us your names? Our names! Come to think of it, not once did James ask us about that. It was always you there, or some undeserved insult instead. I'm Avnel, and here is Pippin. Born and bred in Udo. We are struggling to make ends meet until James, claiming to be a merchant, took us under his wing. Right, he said he was just like us, exploited and sick of being bent over backwards for the rich and powerful. Then he showed us the artifact, and told us it had the power to change the world for the better. With its blessings, you could shrug off the charge of, our ox like it was a soft breeze, making you practically invincible. Practically. You can imagine how impressed we were. You did exactly as he instructed. At first, he told us to pretend to be merchants so we could scout out vulnerable caravans. Next thing we knew, we were joining him on raids. I never wanted to hurt anyone, but we owed James for giving us the power to strive for a better life. And when we saw what happened to anyone who spoke up against him, it still makes my blood run cold to think of it. James mentioned before he's also from Udall. No, he also said he was from Gridanian stock. Your point is? Assuming he was telling the truth, that is. It seems to me his gang mostly formed of people from similar background. But what about Kajul Jha? He's a mercenary, correct? Yes, hired by James. He's so skilled I doubt he even needs the blessing. Normally he keeps to himself, but he once told me about his homeland, an ocean away. Perhaps it's not unlike my own. Abnel? Hapen? Even if you still view us as enemies, we appreciate us. We appreciate you telling us the truth. No, we're the ones who should thank you. You've shown us more kindness than James ever has. There's one other thing, though. Although you know the crimes we've been party to, could you just give us some time to straighten things out? Once this is all over, we'll turn ourselves in, I promise. Of course, we're not the only ones looking to cut ties with James. We'll try and persuade the others to leave the gang. Not only that, with us acting as your men on the inside, we could help you take back your treasure. What do you say? The plan might work. Count us in. We'll tell the Resistance soldiers to hold off for now and give you the chance to put things right. You won't regret it. We'll return to the den and talk to the others. Until next we meet, be careful. And then they're beaten into submission by James. To be honest, that went a lot better than I expected, although it was fairly obvious from the outset. They confirmed my suspicions about Kajura, traveling here to find work as a mercenary. Do you remember his reaction when we first encountered him? I have a feeling he and I are from both similar parts of Toriel, and he was surprised to see someone like me in Eorzea. Whatever the reason, he's let us go twice now. He may be aiding and abetting a nefarious criminal, but I refuse to believe he's a bad person. I think it's worth talking to him, and for that we'll need to create an opportunity. The way he spoke about his homeland to Arvinel and Pepin means he probably misses it, which gives me an idea. Where I come from, we have a tradition of using incense burners, and if Kouja's village is anything like mine, the fragrance will remind him of home. Then, when he's feeling all homesick and vulnerable, we make our move. The incense itself is made from copal, a type of tree resin. Do you think you could collect some of that while I gather other ingredients? I actually came up with this idea back in Algiri, and asked our resistance associates where we can find copal. Good news is, there should be some in a place called Last Forest. The bad news is that the smell attracts all sorts of horrible creatures, so try not to get eaten. Bitchin'! I'll find someone that sells the other ingredients we need. As for cobalt, I suppose we could buy some, but there's nothing quite like resin straight from the tree. And when it comes from the burner itself, luckily I brought my own, so I could just give Kaguja mine. After I return with the little hog vessel to Tuliola, I can treat myself to a brand new one. Also, I can hear thunder out, so if the stream suddenly stops, it's because of the storms. Damn you, Mother Nature! You know, I should probably close position my chocobo. Touchy. 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 Make my hands sticky. Sandstorm. The storm's in the area. Ha. Is that copal I smell? Yes. Oh my, this is quite the find. Once I mix this with the other ingredients, we'll have a batch of traditional incense ready for burning. Unfortunately, the preparation takes a little while. So in the meantime, perhaps you could begin the search for Kajoja? According to the locals, a Memoja has been seen near the river, which runs through Runstock. With all the dust swirling about this place, I can imagine he wants to wash it off all somewhere. I find myself bathing more than usual here, so I can relate. So I'm looking for a naked creature. Memoja. Don't really like this. Oh, good. He isn't naked yet. What are you doing here? Oh, there you are. Here, I have a present for you. It's an incense burner. The metal case is an old one I happen to have with me, but I made the incense from fresh ingredients, including copal that Ishnai collected. Why not try lighting it? I'm sure the aroma will bring back pleasant memories of home. There's no need. I'd recognize that smell anywhere. But as much as I long to return home, I'd rather not be reminded of what I left behind, what I might never see again. As things stand, I have no choice but to continue to work as James is mercenary, no matter what crimes he commits. But why? A fare for a ship back to Toriol is enough to buy a mansion here in Eorzea. At least that's what James told me. He said if I serve him loyally, he'll cover the cost of my journey home. Hold on a moment. Surely that can't be right. People rich and poor travel from Eorzea to Toriol all the time. Well, since I'm unfamiliar with local customs for negotiations and such, James offered to speak with the ship's owner in my stead. Compared to the journey from Toriol to Eorzea, traveling in the opposite direction is far more perilous due to weather conditions and so forth. Were it not for James's skill at the bargaining table, the price would have been higher, or so he said. I've been played for a fool, haven't I? The unscrupulous thieving snake in the grass. He won't get away with this. I have an idea. You should come with me to RPG sex capital of Final Fantasy XIV, where I can introduce you to the captain of the merchant ship that brought me here. He's surely to give you passage home for a fair price. To tell the truth, I was rather hoping you'd join us in our cause, but you've already been through enough. Getting you home safe and sound comes first. They are totally gonna get together. I don't know what to say. Thank you for your kind offer, but I have unfinished business here. Though I may have been deceived, there's no excuse for the harm and suffering I've caused. I alone must settle the score with James once and for all. Whenever you're ready, the offer still stands. It's a pity we couldn't join forces, but he's got things to do his own way, I suppose. In any case, let's head back to Agiri. With all the soldiers around, at least we won't have to worry about bandits, which is more I can say for this place. Hey, cat. No, the tea is mine. Oh, you're after the tea thing. The tea dipper. Fine. Or the tag, excuse me. There we go, baby. On, sweetie. Fluffy butt. So you're not as fluffy as Emoteps, but... I know Jia isn't at all like his first impressions suggest. He was actually rather sweet, perhaps a touch naive. Still, we can't blame him for being taken in by James's lies. And Kajol Jia wasn't the only one. I can't bring myself to forgive that treacherous viper! Thanks to him, we've led a merry dance. Still nothing to show for it. With any luck, our newfound allies, Avenel and Pepin, will have good news for us before long. 5 seconds. It's discombobulated. You'll never guess what! Someone I've never met before handed me a letter who said they were asked to deliver it by an entirely different person. There's no way to tell who's the message is originally from. Oh, telephone! Down the grapevine. As I am unaccustomed to, well, everything around here, I can't tell if the letter should be taken at face value. Bitch, you're asking an autistic person. Or if there's some hidden meaning. Bitch, I'm an autistic person! Perhaps you could take a look. You know, I forgot to post. Ishnai, come to Alamegan Quarter and meet with the man in spectacles. She must arrive in incognito. The instructions are clear enough, but even so, it's as suspicious as a month-old milk. On other hands, it could be from Avnel and Pepin. This smells like a trap. We don't have any better leads. Bitch, I faced off worse. And I think we should do as the letter instructs, but proceed with utmost caution. I'll meet you there. You know, I happen to know the leaders of Alamigo. Why don't I talk with them? You would think. No, I'm a wet cat. Now that you're here, time to get into disguise. As for me, even the most elaborate costume in the world will do little to keep me hidden in a place like this. I'll stick to the shadows and watch from a safe distance. How about you not wear bright red and green? Just saying. Well, I mean, with the reddish walls, it might not be as obvious. I took the liberty of picking your outfit for the occasion. Hope it fits. The sash and straps are a bit tricky to get right, but if they come undone, your disguise falls apart. So come back to me, and I'll help you get dressed again. Oh, I'm cute. It's not that bad, actually. I mean, it could be worse. Are you spectacle? No. Are you nerd? You must be Ishnai, correct? I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Our mutual friend Avondale sends his regards. Like him, I and several others resolved to make a clean break, and free ourselves from James for good. You and the Mamoja girl has done us a great service by giving us a chance to put things right before reporting us to the Resistance. Now at the matter at hand. No doubt you're wondering why we must resort to such convoluted means to meet with you. Simply put, is to avoid arousing suspicions of James and those so loyal to him. As for why we brought you here, there's someone we wish for you to meet. For now, I ask that you remain in disguise. Yes, I look very disguised. Your cooperation is appreciated. One moment, please. One momento, please. I'm glad we had the chance to meet. It would be would it be under better circumstances? My attempt to put a stop to James's wrongdoing ended in failure. I tried to seize the artifact, but he was ready for me. Even so, it wasn't all for nothing. Thank you all for joining me, in spite of the ever-watchful eye of the Resistance. They have Garlean stuff. The time has come to initiate the next phase of the plan, my master plan. Until recently, we've concentrated our efforts on liberating wares from hapless merchants. This is all in service of something far greater. My ego. God, could they add any more spikes to their shit? It's like Mad Max in here. Our disruption of the flow of goods into Alamigo has plunged the markets, and its consequence, the city itself into chaos, exactly as I foreseen. No longer will we be forced to crawl through the mud and lick the boots of the rich and privileged. We shall cast down the ones who suffer the most are the poor here. If cast down the oppressors, they will suffer as we have. The meager shall inherit this land. Down with the old order! I have invested our funds into restoring and enhancing discarded Magitech weaponry. Now nothing can stop us from taking over Alamigo, except me! I mean... It seems like a stupid time to do this. Like, do it while he's asleep. Or probably honorable. That's enough, James. Your treachery ends here. All this time I believed your lies, but no more. Give me the artifact now. It belongs to Sitol and Ja and her people. What? But Kajol Ja is James's right-hand man. Silence! Look at this wretched soul. That Mamo Ja girl turned him against me, his one and only benefactor. Be warned, should any of you side with this traitor, no longer shall you bask in the artifact's blessing. Now seize him! Or face the consequences. Need some more spikes. Yes, that's more like it. Any further interference could place my entire plan in jeopardy. I must act without delay. With the artifact's blessing and the shockwaves at their disposal, I was given a beating and thrown to the dirt. Later on, my friend here and a few other sympathizers snuck out to treat my injuries. More importantly, my attempted mutiny will no doubt have James panicking as he struggles to maintain his hold over the rest of the gang. An attack is imminent, but the palace is most likely target. I ask that you relay that to Sinto Ja. At the very least, she has the right to know the whereabouts of the artifact. You know, maybe I should get involved. You know, Radabon and the others. But I won't. So, what happened? Then we were right to trust the sender of the letter after all. We knew Cool Ja had a score to settle with James, but I had no idea he tried to take back the vessel as well. Though we may not be working side by side, I'm glad to count him among our allies. Speaking of which, we must inform the Resistance about James's plans right away. We stand a far better chance of stopping him with their support, but given the power at his disposal, maybe not even enough. I mean, I am fucking here. I'll try and think of something. In the meantime, you should make whatever preparations you can, even the smallest advantage may be crucial. Oh, and I see you're changed back to your usual garments. Not that the outfit I chose didn't suit you, but I think this is more your style. I mean, I did fucking pick it out. Steals herself for the final confrontation. Avenel and Pepin are on their way here. It's James! He set his plans into motion. We would have come sooner, but after Kajoja openly opposed him, he would become even more secretive than before. He refused to share his schemes with even his most loyal. Now he's using a caravan to smuggle a loaded match tech into the city. He's about to launch an assault on the royal palace. Oh, shame. Yeah. He managed to sneak away, but James and the others will make their move any moment now. Understood. We'll head there straight away. We have no choice but to face them on head-on. While I wish there was more I could do to help, I'd best leave the fighting to you. Oh, what am I saying? There must be a way I can help. The treasure's from my village. I should be the one to solve this. I'm sure you'll think of something on the way. Game writers, I'm sure you'll let her think of something along the way. I thought I'd find you here. Sintol, you've already done so much for me and the others James tricked into becoming his accomplices. It appears that's your nature to help wherever you can. Nevertheless, your place is not on the battlefield. You must leave that to Ishnai and myself. But what about your injuries? They were not so severe to begin with, and those in the gang sympathetic to me provided various balms to treat the worst of them. Too bad I don't have a healer that could also, you know, help heal you. I'm glad to know there's a few good eggs among them. But now that we've decided who's going, we need a plan. From the way that James uses the vessel, it's clear that one thing he hasn't realized yet. As we say in my village, cracks forming in the mightiest of shields. If there's a limit to the blessing's power, we'll find it. You know, you'd think after how many millennia of having them that you'd already know, or centuries. Whatever you do, you better do it quickly. James and the others will soon reach the palace. We'll share everything we know with the Resistance and ask them to come out as quickly as possible. Be careful out there. I'm quite sure if they're coming at them with Magitech armor, that they're already kind of warned. I mean, they see him. Ba-ba-ba-ba! Light. Fly, my pretties, fly! As I said, my wounds are healed. Even if they weren't, I'd still be here. They must have taken the long way around, since the caravan won't be able to traverse the stairs. We, on the other hand, have no such concerns. Let us take a shortcut and intercept them. Then again, they may try and use the vessel's power to stop our advance. We'd best keep our eyes peeled for danger. You're the best choice to lead the charge, so we'll wait your signal. I'm always the best choice. And the only choice. Ready? It's now or never. Sorry. This charging the battle stuff is all new to me. I won't pretend I'm not scared, but I'll try and stay out of your way. Besides, I cannot afford to back down knowing what's at stake. Let's show James who he's dealing with. Of course he has that! Infiltrating the city was almost too easy. Now go, comrades! The smoldering ruins of the old order will be the foundation of our utopia! That's as far as you go. I thought I'd see the last of you. No. Do you not see this artifact can lift the meek up from under the boots of their oppressors? Not just one isolated tribe, but everyone who's ever known fear. You call me a villain, but it's you who keep such a liberating power to yourselves. So it can be misused. You're no better than those we struggle against. And only when your ilk have been eradicated and the world knows freedom. The hour has come for us to rise up and take what's rightfully ours! My whole village might rely on the treasure's blessing, but we would never use it to steal from others. You lie, cheat, and sow nothing but misery. You don't want to cast down the oppressors. You want to be the oppressors. Bitchin'. Silence! Enough of your sanctimonious prattle. This says you, hypocrite! Craven's Creed. Ha! To have a last name like that! I mean... Perhaps I'm every bit as wicked as you claim, but what of it? Does your self-righteous make you better than me? Yes, actually. I am main protagonist. For you and all those who judge me unworthy, my hatred will never die! Cool for you. Cool for wasting your energy towards that hatred. Cracks form in the mightiest shields. I see truth to it, don't let up your attacks. Hmm. I mean, if I hit it hard enough, does that still count? Just keep hitting it harder. The barrier fading, it's cracking. What, is this what you mean? Crack! Surround them. Uh-huh. Surround them. Alright. Crack him! Crack those eggs! Thought I was finished. I was not. Was not finished yet. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Middling curse! See what you make of this! I mean... not as absolute as my fucking protagonist powers! Show some backbone when he's not the one doing shit! Attacking the barrier, okay. Don't need help to deal with the lights of you. I mean, you say that. Keep wearing away at it. I mean, I'm doing fine. I don't know what you're talking about. Look at him go. Look at him go. Crack. Pay attention to the crack, y'all! All the fireworks are happening right now. All the fireworks! Thunk. Good that it didn't end up in the explosion, you know, something happening. Pig hat! Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do! I got the vessel back, and it's still in one piece! Please, I beg of you, give me the artifact! All the trials I overcame to join the Unbound. Everything I did was for a chance at happiness. Without the blessing, I had nothing. My enemies will live on unpunished. Enough! I've tried reasoning with you, but it only seems the only language you understand. Punch him. Ah! Blasting away again! Good that that wasn't through a window. Team Rocket blasting off again! Are you alright? Never better. Took y'all fucking long enough as though nobody's inside that goddamn palace, including Rodabon. Please surrender! Elize isn't in there too. I'd say that James' plan for world domination is well and truly over. Not only that, but the Steelhawk vessel is back where it belongs. Or at least it will be soon. Of course, I have you two to thank for everything. I literally couldn't have done it without you. It's finally over. Although the resistance arrived a bit more than a bit late, they've now taken James and his cronies into custody. They're luckily we were on hand to confront the gang, or things could have been ended very differently. Bullshit. I have to say, my first trip overseas was a lot more eventful than I'd liked. I'm glad to have a chance to meet so many interesting people. Well, apart from all the criminals, that is. As much as I like to spend more time seeing the sights and whatnot, I suppose I best get the vessel back to Toriel. What about you, Kajoja? The only thing I can do, turn myself in, like Pepin and Avenal. Even if I was dancing to James's tune, the fact remains I was committed those crimes of my own free will, and I must pay the penalty. Perhaps if one day I'm granted freedom, I'd like to pay my way home with the fairly earned coin. First thing I do upon returning is visit your village and offer my apologies for using the artifact to carry out evil deeds. After that, No, it's too soon to speak of such things. Nah, y'all are gonna get together, come on. Whatever your journeys lead, you're always welcome to my village. Be sure to come and visit one day. How about you, Ishnai? If you happen to pass through Toriel, my grandfather would love to show his appreciation for all you've done. Maybe I'll see you there? Da-da-dum. I think the tank one is the only one we have left after this. Which will be next week, and also during, I guess, when we finish all of them together. Tuliola! Tuliola! Or have I already done the tank one? I really don't remember. See, there's only one left. I think it is the tank one. So that'll be next Saturday. I mean Sunday. You've returned, Ishnai, but pray tell, what has become of my granddaughter? She died. Oh, she's fine. I am right here. We did it, grandfather. We took back the Steelhog vessel. My dear, what a relief to see you safe and well. Of course, I am glad you were able to retrieve the treasure, but even that cannot compare to the joy of seeing your smile once more. And you, Ishnai, I must express the sincerest gratitude. No doubt we have to thank for Sintola's Jaw's safe return, not to mention that of the vessel as well. Absolutely. I would have been lost without your guidance and bravery in the face of danger. Thank you, truly. Anyway, we should be getting back to the village. No doubt the others will be clamoring to use the Steelhog vessel to go hunting. I'll be coming back to Ola at some point, so hopefully we'll run into each other again soon. Until next time. She definitely has energy. Yes, she does. Ba-ba-ba-ba! Some shields are made to be broken, kind of like some promises. Yep, it is the tank one. Alright. Well. Alright, y'all. Guess that ends stream for tonight. Yes, I know the summoning. I said about doing the summoning thing, but I've decided against it because that will be a running joke here also, right? Kind of like never doing Omega. Well, finishing it. Alright, let's see. No, we're gonna raid. I might just end it here. Alright, y'all, this was just like Ciarfox. I hope you have a good day or night whenever it is where it is you currently are. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and comment.